Video number 3 of July 22nd, Zoom. So Emmanuel, we're gonna finish our statement.
But I will have to message the doc when that Oak Grove Middle School will send me a message, the HR. I
Yeah,
will send you also. I will inform you also regarding
yeah.
their message.
But the thing is, right now, I am so afraid that visa sponsors may be gone. I do not know. I am so afraid that visa sponsors may be gone. So you'll have to keep looking. Like I want your assignment for me is to click on all those things and send out, you know, if they still have slots available, find out. Because
Yes.
there is no point if you get a job offer and you don't have a visa sponsorship, you cannot come. So
So do I need to message the principal of that school?
no, you don't have to.
Uh,
You don't have to about it. Just do it on your own. This is your homework, you know, so that way when they ask you that, you got your answer already, that I'm already talking to a visa sponsor. So that makes it attractive that you already have kind of have done your part, because visa sponsors will only talk to you and the school. They will not talk to me at all. No third party. Yeah. So this is on you or the school, and since the school's not gonna know how, you're pretty much, it's gonna be pretty much on your shoulder. Okay.
yes,
So good
yes,
luck,
yes.
good luck. And I'm really hoping that,
I'm always praying to.
yeah, I'm really hoping that there are still visa sponsors everywhere. But what happens is that this folks got to know you now. So if they would work with you and saying that, you know, if we run out of slots when it's open again, will you please keep me in mind, you know, for the job? Because like in Brinkley, they had a math teacher that just arrived, and she was actually hired last year, but their superintendent waited for her, and you know, just kind of they had to get a visa sponsor. So that was the problem, and that's beyond our control. You know, if the slots are available, not available anymore, we can't do anything about it. There's only 300,000 J1 visa issued, not just in the Philippines, but all over the world. So that's the limit every year, 300,000. So if they have already reached that, then they can go more, but they may not have reached it. I wish I have someone that could tell me that. My brother-in-law works at the immigration, but I don't think he'll know that. I'll try to ask. But anyway, he just told me about, you know, like they have to do it as soon as they can. Like June is the hot month to really, you know, do actively apply, because that's when visas are still just be given away, you know, that they're not gone yet. So for future reference for everyone, make sure around May and June kind of be already actively looking, because schools usually know about I'm sorry, they usually know their vacancies by March, because they would send a note to all the teachers to tell them if they're coming back or not. So it's usually given in March. So by April or end of March, they will know which teachers are not coming back, retiring or leaving. And so then they know what areas that they're looking for. So if you apply around May, June, that's a good time to do it. So that's for folks who are not coming this year, end up because of visa sponsorship. Yeah, keep that in mind, that after October 1, for sure, there's no more. So the visa had to be started before October 1 for you to come this year. Okay.
Really?
Or, you know, we could work on, if you find a school that's really supportive about H1B visa, since you know, if you run out of visa sponsor for J1, and if they call me, what I'm going to tell them is that let's get ahead and get started with your J1, with your H1B. So that way, if you really want this teacher, then we'll go ahead and do H1B, since you're going to be waiting anyway. You'll have the time, and then I'll guide them through the process, which is really going to be a good thing for you. It's like a step up, you know. So don't lose hope if you end up not coming this time, because if you still find a job, we'll try to guide them through H1B, which is a path to green card. So 6 years in H1B, you will get your green card without even trying, but you can do it before then. So anyway, any other question? Did I talk to everybody? Did I talk to Josephine?
Hello, Doc. Good
Yes.
day, Doc.
Hey, hey, yeah, you had your interview, didn't you?
Yes, Doc. It was last Tuesday,
Okay.
Tuesday evening
And you
here
got the
in the
job. Yes.
Philippines.
Yes.
Yes, Doc. But I emailed you about my situation because I was still quite hesitant to accept the offer. It's because I did some research about the area, Doc. Then I'm quite hesitant if it's just safe or if it's okay to stay there.
Well,
So
that's
I did not.
yeah. That's a area that my husband may not want me to live there. And so of course we're not being racist, it's just like mostly African Americans, but there are some areas with crime areas,
Yes.
just like in any place there're going to be a good neighborhood and bad neighborhood. So if you find a place, like for example staying with another teacher, like a female single teacher, and they rent you a room, that would be safe because you will be going going in the morning with the teacher and then coming back, and then you stay in, that teacher will kind of get you under her wing. If you have something like that, I would feel comfortable sending you there, because I'm like an hour away from you. I mean, like I'm in Memphis, like every week I will be passing by Memphis. You're an hour away from Memphis. And so anyway, but it's up to you. I do not want to make that choice for anyone. So it's up to
Yes, Doc.
you. I would pray on it. That's why I told you I would pray on it. And if it feels right, it is right. If it doesn't feel right, then it's not. It's
Yes,
not for you.
yes, Doc.
Do you think not? You did you refuse it? What did you do?
Oh, I did not email them yet, but I was trying to weigh the offer and then the situation about the area. So I'm there is somehow like more negative than the positive thing for me when I did the research, Doc. So I searched about the area,
I
and
told you to
then
do that. Yeah, I
the
told you.
community,
Yeah.
the community, and then as I did some research, so there was somehow like more negative than the positive thing. So that's why I'm still hesitant right now. I haven't emailed them yet, confirming whether to accept or not.
But if you really want to come, ask questions like, are you able to help me with housing? I'm going to be by myself, so I would love, do you have any teachers that would have room available where I could rent from? Things like that. So I would be okay if you, I mean, don't ever say Merlina said whatever, but I would feel okay for you if you are under with somebody from the school, because they will be kind of your sponsor, your support there. Because I usually tell schools that if, my wish for our teachers is that there's two of them, that way you have a support, because you'll be so alone. I'll be here, I can drive 4 hours and see you, but but it's really it's really what you decide. Okay, I don't want you blaming me later. Okay.
Yes, yes,
um
Doc.
in fact, Helena, actually, if you research it, it has a bad reputation, but it really is not, it's not dangerous. I've been going there every week. So sometimes it's the reputation that's online, the social media, that makes them look bad. But really, when you go there, it's not. It might be a poorer area when you go there compared to like my place and other places like Momel, but it's still a good place. People are still very decent and nice, and you're dealing with professionals, the teachers.
Yes, yes,
You're
Doc.
not going to be dealing with the drug addicts and all that, outside. So you just have to put that in perspective. And if you really feel like, oh, I really need to make this my stepping stone, and then maybe I'll move to another better area, you can. You're already in the US. That could be a thing. If you do a T chart, I want you to look at which one, the pros and cons on it. Okay.
Yes,
And I
yes,
will
Doc.
I will support you whatever you need. You want to do, because if it's not meant for you, you're gonna end up somewhere else. Okay.
Yes, thank you
Yeah.
so much,
Yeah.
Doc.
Yeah. So anyway, but thank you also for letting me videotape you with your answers, because you had some really
Yes.
good answers. So now when people would say I have an interview, I've been emailing them the video.
Really, Doc?
Yeah, I want you to watch Josephine's answer, because she did an awesome job with practice. If you don't mind, when I send the video here for this one, I'm gonna put your video too, if it's okay with you,
Yes, yes,
because
it's fine, Doc.
she really did a good job of very, explaining and all that, like how I would have wanted you to answer, and she did it already. And then Maria and I actually added some things or whatever, not very much, but you really answered the questions well.
And
So
thank you so much for your help as well, Doc. Those things were very helpful when I did the actual interview.
really, some of the questions came out. Like
Yes.
which one came
Uh,
out?
Especially with when it comes to the administrator were asking me about collaboration with the teacher. So I mentioned them about the LAC session, the learning action cell that we have here in the Philippines, here in my city. And then at the same time, I also informed them that someone told me about PLC, the like, so
Flexible
that
learning.
one. So so they also asked me if I had any question for them. So I mentioned them about like mentorship program or professional development program that they give to teachers. So they elaborated about PLC even more, so
Good
they
job.
informed me
Oh,
about it.
yeah, very good. Because yeah, when they ask you at the end, do you have any question for me? Don't ever say how much do you get paid, because if you did your research in their website, it is in their website. You will know how much you will get paid because it's based on your experience and education. So don't not ever answer that. I think earlier in my videos I said that. But Josephine, you did an awesome job for asking about PD, because it's showing that you are a growth mindset. You want to grow and you want to learn, you want to get better professionally. So that is really good. That is really good that you asked that. Yeah. So
Thank you
were they
so much.
smiling and all that when you said that? I bet they were smiling. They like that.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, they like that, I bet. Yeah. So that was good. So sounds like, I think I really do not have any worries for you because you answer questions really well. So so don't get discouraged, okay? And make that decision whatever you decide.
Yes, Doc. I'm still
Okay.
praying for it, Doc.
Yeah, yeah. But don't take too long. They want to know because the school will be starting soon and they would like to
Yes, yes.
fill their positions. Okay. All
Yes,
right.
Doc.
Yeah. Okay. Nice
Thank you,
talking to
Doc.
you. Okay. Who else is here that I have not talked to? I think I've talked to everybody. And so let's wrap up. Those that have those
Doc,
that are new here. Okay, go up, sorry. Sonia, did I not talk to you? Okay, Sonia.
yes.
Yeah.
Good morning, Doc. I
Morning.
just like to ask a question concerning what is the role of a media specialist in a school.
Okay. Are you gonna be a media specialist?
I have been invited for an interview on Monday
Okay.
for being a media specialist, and when I read their website, because it's in Larry Smith Elementary School in Texas,
Okay. It's
and
yeah, okay. Media specialist is like a librarian, except it's like librarian. You will be in the library, but then you have all the technology there too. Like most libraries here have at least 20 computers there. Students can take tests or do whatever, and a lot of times you will have a couple of students that good students that are helping you, check in or check out books. And then you also, the good media specialist would collaborate with teachers like English teachers, any other teachers for the research project. So if you go
okay,
along with, you are not just a librarian, you're actually more of a partner to the teachers. You are a
okay,
resource for the teachers. Well, how I use my media specialist when I was teaching is that she was always pulling books for me, that in my theme, I had a theme every week, and I would tell her my theme on Friday for my next week, and then she would pull all the books and put it in a cart for me. And though I have
okay,
those books the whole week, from picture books, story books, to nonfiction, she would pull all that for me, and she would do that every Friday for me. That was above and beyond. Do not expect that for all media specialists, but she did that for me because we were so small school with about 30 teachers only. But for the big schools, you will have a bigger job. But just know that you have to be familiar with technology, because sometimes you may become a resource for the teachers to set up things. If you're see in here in America, most schools have because police officer, that's called SRO, um, school resource officers, SRO, and then you have your media specialist, and the media specialist, and then you have a technology director. So these three folks are important. They will ask you, the tech director, and then that the media specialist are the two people that usually they ask help on the technology, like, oh, this one is not working, my smartboard is messed up. And if their technology guy is not very fast, they will ask the media specialist, especially if you're very knowledgeable on technology, you know. So be thinking about apps, you know, be familiar with Kahoot, be familiar with Poll Everywhere, you know, all these different apps for education. If you Google apps for education in quotation, it will show like the top 20, you know, and then be familiar with those. So you can mention them in your interview that you're aware of what they are, you know, and so on. And then or email me and I have a list of them. So,
Okay, Doc.
yeah.
Thank you very
But,
much.
yeah, but anyway, just know that your role is to help students and teachers and administrators. Okay.
Okay.
And you are the research is a biggie because Common Core is asking K-12 students to be doing a research project, so that you play a big role with that. Okay, and some schools actually have study skills, some study skills lessons for the students. So depending on the expectations, so if they ask you in the end, what do you have any question for us? Ask them, what is the current role of your media specialist, of your outgoing or whatever, you know, your previous media special? What were your expectations to them? You know, for example, did they ask them to teach a course to students coming in, or what, you know, what were their roles? So you might want to ask that because every school is different on that. Okay. And
Thank you
maybe
very
ask
much,
about,
Doc.
yeah, how did your previous media specialist collaborate with the other teachers as partners in education? Yeah, things like that. So so to those that are coming here soon, I want to wish you the best, and please send me your itinerary, because if I can meet you, I will. You know, I will invite myself because I am friends with the superintendents or principals anyway. So I will ask them that. That reminds me, I have got to stop here because we have to go to the airport and pick up Jing. we cannot be late. Her aunt is over here in Fayetteville, so she's arriving on the other end of the state, which is close to Oklahoma. And so it's so funny because a guy, Edison, was also coming in Little Rock. And so here I am in the middle. And then if I go 4 hours to the Oklahoma, this is where Jing is. So here I am thinking, I cannot be in two places, in two directions. So I asked the principal, I said that, hey, can you pick up Edison? He said, well, Merlina, we do have a new grandbaby. I need to be going to my grandbaby. And I said, well, can you assign somebody to pick him up? So they had their security officer, their SRO, to pick him up. But the thing is, it got delayed. Oh my gosh, it got delayed like 3 hours. So the poor guy had to wait at least 4 hours maybe in Little Rock, but I'm hoping that he's there now. And so you will have things like that going. So if you know of someone that's going about the same time, try to match your schedule, especially if you're in the same school, because that would make, you know, job easier for the administrators to pick you up. You know, if you can combine, you know, you'll be there at the same time, or even just an hour from each other, 30 minutes from each other, because it, you know, it saves a trip. You know, for me, oh my God, it's 3 hours. I'm 3 hours from every airport around, from Memphis to Springfield, Missouri to Little Rock, XNA here about 4 hours. So yeah, so I drive that, but I don't mind it because I love traveling. So I don't mind it at all. So when I was working at the Department of Education, I traveled the state doing training. So I provided a training. So either I did it by myself or I had a partner or a group of us. And so road trip. Okay, so for the new ones that are coming in, do you have any questions for us that you wanted to ask? The others could help answer that maybe. I know Mr. Elvin is new. You have any questions for us? Yeah, you have any
I'll
questions?
reserve my question.
Do we overwhelm you? So does it sound like doable? I mean, it should, because, you know, you're kind of above and beyond most of us here on your education. But do you feel like it's something that you really, really do still want to come and do?
Doc Merlina, I think I'm old, older than most of the.
How old are you? How old are you, Elvin?
I am 47.
Oh my gosh, you're not old.
No.
I'm 54, so I'm the oldest here.
There's one in Helen.
Okay.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, no, nobody's old like that. And by the way, there is no limit anyway. Nobody can discriminate based on age, sex, all those good lists. Not here, not in the U.S. Embassy also. They do not, because I asked somebody who was 76 years old and wanted to come. So I just put him on my list. And so then I called my
That's only
brother-in-law.
on my
Brother-in-law
part.
who's my who knows who's the worst for immigration. He said, Merlina, we don't even look at the age. So don't worry about the age. That's a good question. That's a good point though, because somebody was actually, I don't know if somebody's attending here. Am I too old to come? And she was only in her 30s. And I'm like, then I'm ancient then. if she feels that she's about, but a bunch of you guys are young, which is good. But I think there is such thing as wisdom, for the older seasoned teachers. And so I think a good mix of us is good. When I was administrator, I always loved to partner up my younger teachers with my older teachers, because they can help each other. The older teachers may need help with the technology part, but then the younger teacher might need help on the strategies that had worked for years. So that is a good sharing thing. So I've always done that. When I do training, sometimes I will actually have them to line up in the room, make a circle in the back of the room from their numbers of experience. So they line up from 0, the first year teacher, all the way to I have 40 years of experience, and we always clap for those that have more than 30 years. Because in Arkansas, when you have 28 years of experience, you can retire.
There's even
I retired in 25 years. I had a car wreck and I decided I'm gonna retire early. So they docked me 15%, which was worth it to me because I do consulting work and I love it. So I have my own schedule. I can say no if I don't want to go. And so it makes it flexible for me. And actually I'm making more money than working. So it's not bad. But it's not about money. It's about helping others. That's what I really want to do, is to give back and help others, because along the way, when I was teaching, somebody also helped me. So all I ask you, do not ever pay me, but I want you to pay it forward by helping somebody else. I've helped you. Now you have to pay it forward, because that's how life works. We're all Filipinos and we need to help each other. By the way, I did reacquire my Philippine citizenship, because I'm really serious about becoming so I'm dual citizen now. So I am becoming a actual visa sponsor. So I'm working on that. So I have control on the slots. I don't know how many slots they give you, but I have to do my part of becoming a nonprofit organization. I have to go through IRS for that. And then the Philippine overseas thing also have their requirement about, money in the bank. I think 1 million pesos and then 2 million bond. Anyway, there's at least 3 million pesos involved there. I don't have to convince my husband, are you going to be willing to just leave this money in the Philippines? So anyhow, all right.
He should being
Dr.
older.
Merlina,
There's
I
even
have one more question.
Go ahead. Huh?
I have one more question.
Yes.
My wife is also a teacher here. She's a master teacher.
Okay.
Would it be possible that she'll be applying with the same?
Yeah, send her. Yeah. In fact, they actually would a lot of times would hire both of you. Because especially if you're a coach, oh my gosh, they always would say, Merlina, my next 5 jobs will be the coaches' wives. Because they want the coaches to stay, so they always hire their wives. Because a lot of times they're teachers.
Yes.
So for
She's
you,
also a coach, a taekwondo coach.
perfect. So what you can do is
Our children are all taekwondo players, actually.
yeah, that's a big one in Arkansas. So that's a good one. Anyway, so how about to send her resume with me, and then when I see a job that's for both of you, I will make sure that I present the husband and wife thing to them.
Okay.
Because I get emails and calls all the time from administrators, and it's so funny because they have more than 100 names there, and they always want to know, Merlina, I want you to give us names of people that you really have talked to or known. So now that I've talked to a bunch of you, and a bunch of you are regulars, actually, I can actually honestly say, I know this person. I've actually talked to this person. Like Elvin, I felt like I know you already, which is a good thing, So I feel like I could really recommend you. Yeah. And so anyway, and all of you here that's here, I appreciate your coming on and helping us, because I think we all learn from each other, especially the ones that are not yet coming. I think the others are learning from you because they might just be following you. Okay, so any last minute wrap up, because I will let this video get finished and when we're done with this, because we have to go to the airport within 10 minutes. No, 5 minutes. Anyway, okay, so anything that you want to say, wrap up, like good luck and see you, and what else? Nothing? Okay, so I'm gonna just say bye-bye then.
Don't forget to come up with a GEC for Filipino teachers so that we could
Yes.
communicate.
That's my homework. So thank you so much. Thank you for the suggestion, Elvin. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Have-
good
have a
night.
good day. Okay,
Bye,
bye.
you so much,
Doc. Thank you,
Doc.
Doc.
Bye-bye.
Bless.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
You too. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Okay.